You know, I think the better way to do that is actually... Actually, no, let's keep that there. Is to... like, go around the long way. If we completely bypass that, and then from here we reset the stuff down there, which we like do that. And then like that. That would do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a bit awkward, but it does do it. Alright, let me... This is still 3, 4, right? Okay, that's still 3, 4. Oops. Stop breaking everything. Put the cart through. Oh, also, I need to... Alright, so that reset that time. Okay, this is good. This is good. That reset there, and then if I remove the 3, 4, if we go like 1, 1, it should go straight through and reset everything behind. Wait, what? Why did it... Wait, what? Wait a minute. It didn't reset. Hold on. What's going on? 3... Oh, 3, 4. 3, 4. So that should turn down, and that should reset that. Oh, I just didn't reset that the first time, didn't I? Okay, that's correct. And then if we switch this to 1, 1. Oh no, because that needs to be reset first, because I've got a permanent signal. Okay, let me reset that. So now we have a 1, 1. That last signal was not 1, 1, okay. Now we put the 1, 1 through, and that should go straight through the middle. And reset that. That looks good. And then if we put a 5, 5 in here, it should go straight through as well. Five, 5 and reset and done. Alright, great. So this is the junction. It's a little bit more compact than the old junction. Alright, everything's reset. So I guess now we move on to the other junctions. This is 3, 4. I mean, I just realized that this is nowhere near enough space for these junctions. Look at this. We don't have enough space here, do we? Look how big this thing is. And then look how little space we have here. Unless we combine the two junctions, or I guess we just go from one directly into the other. I guess we'll try it. We'll try and see what happens. Anyway, I need to put down the glowstone, etc. One, two, three, four. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And down there. Q says, is it just me, or do your diagonals look one block too flat? No, should be 10. Which ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They do look fat, but they kind of have to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, they are like that. Q. They're not fat. They're exactly the right size. You have to be sensitive about the sizes of these tracks. Can't just go around calling these tracks fat. There are sheep in the construction sites. I mean, I guess we'll find out maybe like 2 decades from now whether or not China is correct, right? The belief that if you invest in infrastructure, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it will lead to economic prosperity, which would then lead to political stability. The thesis, I guess, is that when you have nothing to lose, then you're more inclined to be politically unstable. Like, you're more inclined to civil wars and other unpleasant shenanigans when you have nothing to lose, right? So if your people are wealthy-ish, or at least they're middle class, then they are more inclined to solve their problems diplomatically rather than using violence. Q says they'll never be correct in my mind. Tibet, etc. outweighs any potential positives. I do agree that it is not ideal. But by those standards, like, very few countries are correct. I would agree that China can do better in Tibet. The main issue is because they're still in Tibet and doing harm to Buddhism. Most of the countries just apologize. I mean, they apologize, but they don't do very much else. Q, like Native Americans, for example. I guess apology is a start, and I mean, you're right. I think China should, at the very least, apologize. Canada is given large reparations. Good. That is correct. Like I think that's the correct thing to do. But you know, it's not like it's not one injustice does not justify another. So like, you know, Tibet is wrong, and I think steps should be taken to improve and make amends. Q. I mean, I agree with that. Should they queue? I mean, I bring up the Native Americans because the colonizers are still there. I mean, there's the apologies, there's the reparations. But Canada's still there. No, but that's not entirely accurate, Q. The populace. I mean, I don't know how you're ever gonna conduct an unbiased survey. But I mean, take Crimea as another example. Do the people in Crimea want the Russians in Crimea? According to the Russians, they had a vote, and the answer was yes. They want to be part of Russia, according to Russia. The West doesn't recognize the vote because they say it was coerced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is white coming in this side and then yellow the other side. I mean, cynically, I can say that I think what the Chinese want to do is to bribe the Tibetan people with economic prosperity. Crimea and Tibet with military invasions, I mean, yeah, but North America was also a military invasion. people were killed, there were wars. What the Chinese want to do is to offer Tibet and the common people of Tibet enough economic development and enough economic prosperity that they will choose to stay with China. It's basically bribing, except, you know, it's legitimate money. Like, there's nothing fake about the money. And I mean, I don't know if that's morally that much different from reparations. If it was just offering that kind of thing, they wouldn't be kidnapping the second most holy leader, choosing the successor of Dalai Lama. It's and arresting, beating various Tibetans who dare publicly protest. I do agree with you, Q. It's just that I'm not sure that anyone else does that much better. Not many others do much better, is what I'm thinking. I mean, if you protest in the US, they beat the crap out of you too. It's like, obviously it's not good. I mean, like, I'm trying to be like pragmatic about this. Like, when you have a power, a superpower, they have all the guns, they have all the money. How do you get some semblance of justice when that's the situation? And I mean, it's one thing to say those guys are wrong, they shouldn't do that. But pragmatically, how would you convince them not to do that? How would you convince China? And I mean, it's like, yeah, no, they're wrong. Yeah, but then how do you make them stop being wrong? How do you kind of get them to stop being wrong? Given that they have all the guns, all the money. I suppose they usually use these ways: sanctions, arrest warrants for leaders. No, but that requires someone else with more power. I mean, what do sanctions mean? Sanctions only work if you have more money than they do, right? If you put sanctions on someone, but they have more money than you, you would lose the sanctions. Like they would hurt you and they wouldn't hurt them. Sanctions only work for the powerful. I mean, it's a reason why Trump's trade war is idiotic. It's because the Americans have isolated themselves, and so the bulk of the world economy is outside of America. That's why their trade war is not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the harsh reality is that power is power. Economic power is only power if you have more economy than the other. And so, like, if you want to sanction China, you need basically the entire rest of the world to gang up on them. Or you need the United States. And the rest of the world is just, like, they're not up to the task at the moment. Trump is a mess. And everyone else is, like, they would prefer to do business with China and make money than to use the economy as an instrument of punishment against China.